and 1.
My name is Rondale Mc Dowell. A former pastor, protester, um, and right now I'm just protesting to try to get some justice. I've been on this journey for the past 10 years in the struggle for justice, try to get some restitution, um, because my right to due process was taken away from me. My
So,
right,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
my right before a judge and jury was taken away from me. Um, so basically, that's what it is. I
So
work
let's,
for
can we, I'm sorry, go ahead.
mm,
Go ahead.
I work for a company called ABM. I used to work for a company called ABM Security. ABM hired me as a security guard. Uh, as a security guard, my job is to observe and report, not to pick up trash in a parking lot. But they ordered me to do so in conjunction with my job as a security guard. And they said that if I complain about it, they'll fire me from the job. But being at the time homeless and whatnot, I had no choice. So I worked for them 3 years. 2 of those years, I picked up trash along with the job as a security guard. Um, so being a security guard and picking up trash caused a problem because it was a breach of security. And being a breach of security is impossible to do your job. But anyway, one thing happened after another. They came on August 10th and claimed that the contract had ended. And I found out the very next week, they had someone else in my place. I went to EEOC to tell them about it. Um, One thing led to another. They said they couldn't do nothing about it. Me and Leonard Thompson, who is my chief witness, we tried First District Court of Appeals because Mr. Thompson, he became my chief witness. ABM Security got G4S Secure involved because Mr. Thompson, my chief witness, worked for them. They wanted to destroy his career in order to destroy my case that I had against ABM. So ABM got G4S to destroy his career, but they couldn't do it at that particular time because he was a good worker. He had a very clean record. He worked for G4S Security for 10 years. And when they found out that he was my chief witness, they would try to destroy his career. So what happened, they said that, well, matter of fact, ABM got with G4S Security and said that we want to destroy his career. So they decided that on Martin Luther King's birthday, they're going to come down and try to provoke him and to get rid of him. So to destroy my case. So they took his gun and a lawful change of custody. They went in and tried to get him trespassed. The manager said, no, we're not going to do it because Mr. Thompson's the best security guard we ever had. This man will risk his life for you. So they were unsuccessful in getting him trespassed and unsuccessful in provoking them that night. So when 11 o'clock came, he got off. The next day they fired him. So now ABM got G4S Security involved. And then G4S got Walmart involved, claiming they want to give him a job working third shift. And they said, we want to get them out on the interstate so we can take them out in what they call a kill trap. They had taken Mr. Thompson's .38 Taurus revolver prior, on Martin Luther King's birthday, January 2013, when we were celebrating Martin Luther King's birthday, because that's when it happened, when they took his gun on Martin Luther King's birthday, a .38 Taurus revolver. And what they had planned to do is to take him out on the interstate using his .38 Taurus revolver, claiming that, when he comes through the kill trap, we'll kill him and we'll leave the gun there as though he was trying to, we'll claim that he tried to kill us. But anyway, he went through the kill trap because they didn't recognize him, because he had his brother SUV and he had sunshades on. He made it to Walmart.
How did he recognize it was a kill trap? He told you something about his
Yes.
training?
Okay. Leonard said that they taught police officers how to set them up, because Leonard Thompson, he's a former Green Beret, and he said he taught police officers how to set them up, a kill trap whereby they would set them up on the interstates or on the main roads, thoroughfares, and for criminals and things. So that I don't know what that is, a kill trap is, but Leonard, he knows, because he's a Green Beret, and he taught them how to do it and whatnot. He recognized it. And that night, the general manager, along with the St. Petersburg Police Department, was waiting for him, but they didn't recognize him because they had on the sunshades and he was driving his brother SUV. So he made it to Walmart. They were surprised that he made it. So he filled out the proper documents, and they said that he was well qualified for the job. It was a third shift position. So they said the only thing you will have to do is get a drug test, and we see no reason why you shouldn't get the job. So he did the analysis, the drug test. He passed it. So he took it back to him, and he thought that they would call him in. Week after week passed by, no call from Walmart as to what about his job, because he was homeless, practically homeless, just like I was. And so after I think about 2 weeks or so, we sent them a certified letter claiming that we know what you're doing. And the letter, we sent it a certified mail with return receipt. It went to Walmart 30 days before they finally accepted it. So they didn't accomplish what they had planned on doing. So now ABM, mind you, they got G4S Secure Solution involved. Then G4S got Walmart involved. And then Walmart got Public involved. And because I do a lot of protesting down at Publix 28, and they trespassed me from there for life because I was protesting against G4S security. Because at the time, G4S security was providing their security. And by me protesting against them, they didn't like that, and one thing lead to another. They sent a white guy while I was doing my protesting, a protest that lasts about 30 minutes. For 30 minutes, this white guy was committing battery on me because he was right under pushing me as I moved from side to side for over 30 minutes, a 30-minute protest, 30 minutes. And at some point, I perceived it as a threat, and I had to knock him out. And then they turned the tires on me and claimed that I commit battery on him. And they said Publix 28 cameras did not work.
Now, when you say they, who are you speaking of?
I'm speaking of ABM Security, Publix 28, Walmart Corporation, because they're all working in cahoots.
No, when I'm talking about that particular incident with the battery.
The battery, Publix 28 had in mind.
And who came out to arrest you?
St. Petersburg Police Department came out to arrest me.
Who charged you?
Publix 28 charged me, but
Ultimately, was it the St. Pete Police that charged you?
the St. Petersburg Police Department, they the one that they arrested me and they charged me with battery.
Mm-hmm.
And but the cameras, for some reason, they said it won't work.
Is this something that the police were doing? They were looking for the cameras?
Yeah, they went into Publix that evening, and they said the cameras were down. They told me the cameras were down, and whatnot. So, but the assistant manager, for whatever reason, he said he had his cell phone, and he happened to catch about 30 seconds of it. And those 30 seconds of that 30-minute protest was me when I hit the man, because I perceived it as a threat, not only to my life, but also to my wife's life.
So they didn't catch any of the other altercation, just the part where you defended yourself?
Exactly, just the part that I defended myself. That's the only thing that was on his camera.
On film. Mm-hmm.
On his cell phone.
So let's just back up for a moment, because we're going to come back to this. So what's your birthplace, and what is your birth order? What's the birthing order? Like are you the middle child, or the fifth child, or the first child, or?
I'm the youngest of, they say my mother had about 15 kids. I'm the youngest of 15 children. So basically, yeah, I'm the youngest of them all.
Mm-hmm. And you were born?
Born March 12, 1957.
In what state?
That was in North Carolina.
Oh, excellent. Mm-hmm. And so did you meet and marry, was she your high school sweetheart, or I know you're married, or what was she to you?
I didn't know my wife when we was growing up. I happened to run into my wife whenever I went to church in another community. We was in the same county, but just a different community. And that's where I met my wife in another church that I attend from time to time. I preach and whatnot, and I met her.
Excellent. And how long have you been married?
I've been married 35 years. June 24th, this past June 24th is 35 years.
Mm-hmm. So you met and you married, and you attended, now you said you graduated college?
I have a Bachelor of Science degree in art education.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
From Elizabeth City State University.
Mm-hmm. And you moved here to Florida in which year?
I moved here to Florida, I believe it was in 1998. We've been here in the state of Florida, I guess 26 years. When we first got to Florida, we traveled around. We settled here in St. Petersburg, Florida. We've been here in St. Pete, I think about 20 years.
Oh, that's excellent. So in your formative years, what type of child were you coming up?
My mother said that I was very quiet, um, being the youngest of 15 kids. It was a big gap between me and, well, not that big of a gap, because most of my siblings was grown and all of that. But my mother said I was very quiet um, to myself. Yeah.
And that changed, huh? Because you're a protester.
Yeah, it changed a lot. It changed a lot after what's been going on these past 10 years.
So how did you get into protesting?
Uh, it came about through the struggle for justice of this mistreatment by ABM security, by hiring me to pick up trash in a parking lot and not paying me, and when it's not my job, and when they claim it just wasn't my job. They said if I complain about it, they'll fire me.
Yeah, well, yeah, sanitation workers and security workers are two totally different
It's
details.
two different things, and it form a breach in security. Um,
So can you tell us about some of your, off camera, you talked a little bit about an experience that you had in Tampa when you were protesting. Can you just tell us about a few of your protesting stints?
okay, over in Tampa, I protest at FSU um, in the free speech zone, and I wore the KK uniform as a word picture to let people know the kind of people that I was dealing with. And I was arrested for doing that in a free speech zone. And he arrested me and gave me a date to show up in court. When I went to court, they called me. The judge called me up, and he said, Rondale Mc Dowell, there are no charges, you're free to go. They couldn't hold me because I didn't break any laws. And
So is that like the day, in a day of protesting, anytime you already, are you already ready for that type of action if that takes place? You know that's part of protesting, right?
yeah, it's all a part of it. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. I've been called the N-word. Um, I've been assaulted by a guy that St. Petersburg Police Department brought from Miami, a former gang member and convict, assaulted me
Mm.
at the bus terminal here in St. Petersburg, Central Plaza bus terminal.
Mm.
It came up from behind me, and he just wanted to jump on me. And I went and told the security guard. The security guard told him, get on the bus. And when the cops came, they're gonna tell me that you need to get out of here because you're trespass you're trespass from this terminal for a year. You trespass. I would trespass from there.
Mm.
And they told the guy to get on the bus, get out of here. And Leonard Thompson, my chief witness, said that he went back the next day after I told him, and he said St. Pete police and this guy was he heard from another person that was there that same day actually, and said that St. Pete police and this guy was hiding behind the bush that day, and they sent the guy out to assault me, but they stayed out of sight.
Mm. Mm.
And when they came, they came in cars that day when they came to arrest me. But some witness said that St. Pete police had this guy standing in some bushes, you know, waiting for him, I suppose. But anyway, the security guard told him to get on the bus and get out of here, and they trespassed me.
So let's go back to so the key witness for a case that you have against your former employer when you mentioned EEOC, that means that discrimination was at play.
Yes, race discrimination, because I was the only one that had picking up trash out of all those security employees. And I'm the only one picking up trash.
So where did you file your EEOC complaint?
Over in Tampa, Florida.
Okay. And did you try to file it in St. Petersburg?
Matter of fact, we written letters to St. Petersburg Police Department, sent letters to them. We filed with them, but to no avail. We filed it, the First District Court of Appeals, no avail. Florida Supreme Court, no avail. And when I filed it with the Miller District Federal Court, they said it's frivolous. And the second case I filed with the Miller District Federal Court is a civil case against the city of St. Pete and these 4 corporations, because St. Petersburg aid, abet, and obstruct justice to protect these 4 corporations from prosecution for crimes that ranges from racial discrimination to attempted murder and untimely death of our chief witness. They bribe the witness for my witness. He worked at 640, number 640 at Publix, number 640 on the north on 4th Street. I believe that's 4th Street, the 3800 block. And he'd written a little note and signed it on our behalf, showing that they tried to bribe him. We got him, got a note written, and he signed it.
So you said so just kind of like lead us up to what happened with because you told us that Mr. Leonard Tunsil, he did make it through that kill trap to live on.
Yes.
He tried to go forth and get this job that was really a setup for him to come,
Exactly.
for them to know his location.
Yes.
You guys filed some paperwork you actually sent, I don't know if what did you send to the Walmart? A demand letter or?
To Walmart, a demand letter to know what happened.
Yeah, because with the employment opportunity.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And DEO, Department of Employment Opportunity, falsified his employment records, claiming that it was kind of strange, because they're claiming that Mr. Thompson, my chief witness, worked for Walmart but he didn't. And Walmart had Mr. Thompson on their payroll up to the time of his death, and he wasn't working.
Wow.
So they falsified his employment records. When he filed for unemployment, G4S denied him after 10 years and wouldn't give him unemployment. ABM wouldn't give me unemployment at first until I appealed. And on the day of the appealment, ABM security officials didn't show up. and they eventually gave me my unemployment. They didn't show up at the appearance, at the appeal.
So what happened with Mr. Tunsil? Because you said he's deceased right now.
Yes, he deceased. Um, they just used him like a guinea pig. They used the man like a guinea pig. He's a former Green Beret. And you know, soldiers always go to the VA administration for checkups, and they keep an eye on their vets and always, you know, check them out. And all of a sudden, they claim that he got cancer after all these years of CAT scans. And then, as soon as they said that he had cancer, it was about a week, about I think 2 weeks, the man was dead because they transferred him from the VA to Tampa General. After being over in Tampa General, I think it was over about a week, maybe 2, and he was dead. The man was down to bones. Then it was probably about 200, maybe 210. He was down to bones. You wouldn't recognize him.
Ooh, that's heavy. So, is this the federal case with this? Is it still taking place?
The second one, I filed. The second one is a discrimination case. It's a 1983 civil rights case.
Federal civil rights.
Federal civil rights case, 1983 Act. They violated that, and this is a civil case against the city of St. Petersburg, Florida, and the 4 corporations. Okay, now, when I filed it, I sent the file by mail, and the judge took it upon himself to file the case. He actually filed it for me, and he sent the case to me that he filed, and he said that he's gonna notify the 4 corporations, and they have 40 days to respond. But now, after I got the case that this judge filed, about 7 days later, he's gonna write me again and say that I can't do it. It's like he undone it. He just changed it, unfiled it. It was like he unfiled it. He filed it, and then 7 days later, he unfiled it. The federal judge.
Wow.
He took upon himself to file the case, and then 7 days later, he sent it to me, saying that there's nothing he can do. But yet, when he first filed it, he sent it to me and made me aware of that. He said he's gonna notify the corporations and things and give them 40 days to respond.
So do you use art as an outlet, seeing how you're an art major?
No more than doing my posters, and from time to time I would go to the library and get pictures off the internet of the judges and whatnot, and blow them up and put them on my poster.
Do you have any children?
No, I have no kids. Me and my wife have no kids.
And what is is your wife, what does she do?
Just a homemaker.
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen you all ride out on your bicycle, and it's so, do you remember the commercial Doublemint Twins?
Yes.
Yeah, because I don't know if anyone has seen this lately. I hadn't seen it in a long time, where it's a double, what do you call it? That bicycle, your
It's
bicycle.
a tandem, it's another word, they call it a tandem, tandem bike or whatnot. There's so many names they call it when when they see us ride.
Yes, it's so lovely. You guys are riding in unison, and it's always so lovely to see you.
Yeah, yeah, it's a two-seater. A lot of folks, yeah, always stopping us along the street and all of that.
Yes, it's a beautiful sight.
Yeah.
So how did you come to know the Lord for yourself? I know that did you grow up in church or?
Yeah, all my life in church, from I think age of 2 years old. Seemed like I think I was about 2 years old when my first experience in going to church. 2 years old, yeah. I think it was Sunday school, and my mother kept me in Sunday school. I was raised in church. I've been in ministry all my life.
Oh,
All
beautiful.
my life. Yeah, all my life.
So what was it like receiving the call? Like, how did you know that you were going into ministry from a pastoral view?
You know, the Lord got ways of giving you to know things without realizing why you know it. um, Visions, dreams. Um, then people also say things like, "Are you a preacher?" Um, it just everything just fit in place. It was natural. When I speak, I don't have to study the Bible. I don't have to plan my sermons. The Lord speaks through me.
Amazing.
And He just speaks through me.
That's amazing.
Even during the protest, He just speaks through me. The words come. And if nothing comes, I don't do anything that day. What He say, I do. The words come. And I know when the Lord wants me to speak because the words will come. And when they come, I know someone is listening. When no one is listening, the words stop. When the words stop, I stop. When the words come, I speak.
That's amazing. We never know who we have. The Bible says that you have to be careful when you entertain strangers because could be entertaining angels unaware. It was such a pleasure to have you on Testimony Thursday with Ernisa B. I know that there is so much more that you have to share with us, but we do appreciate your time and the value that you have added to Testimony Thursday with Ernisa B and sharing what you have shared with us on today.
Thank you.
And you be blessed and highly favored
Thank you.
in the Lord and everything that you and your family are doing.